What's going on, guys? We are back here with some Pioneer content. For those of you who have been watching and following the Watching the Metagame series over the past couple of Wednesdays that I do every single week on the channel, you may have noticed that there's been some really sweet Pioneer decks that have been popping up over the past couple of weeks, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm kind of jealous. Those people look like they're having a ton of fun. So let's go ahead and play some Pioneer. You know, WotC may not be supporting Pioneer competitively in terms of the RCQ and RC seasons and even a Spotlight series. WotC maybe throw us a bone, throw us Pioneer players a bone. So hopefully some point we'll be able to return to some competitive Pioneer events. But in the meantime, we got a lot of sweet deck lists to take a look at. And the one that I'm going to be showing you today is Merfolk. Of all things, a popular modern archetype that has made its way into Pioneer. Now, the Pioneer Merfolk deck, as you can see, looks quite a bit different from the modern version, right? Modern version has higher power level cards, they have more lords, Aether Vial, Lord of Atlantis, Master of the Pearl Trident, Spheloon, Force of Negation, all these powerful cards. And the Pioneer version is kind of this weird hybrid mix of like combo aggro. This feels, and it kind of has some vibes to, let me know in the comment section if you guys remember Tarmo Twin, where it's the Splinter Twin deck, but it played Tarmogoyf to have this weird beatdown angle. Now your Splinter Twin is, well, it's kind of like a 3-card Splinter Twin, where you need 2 copies of Kiora's Follower and a Deeproot Pilgrimage in play. So Pilgrimage says whenever you tap a non-token Merfolk, you make a 1/1. Follower says tap, untap another target permanent. So if you have 2 followers in play and a Pilgrimage, you can have the followers untap each other to make infinite 1/1 tokens. Agatha Soul Cauldron, a card that is likely going to be removed from Standard in not the so distant future, maybe has a place in Pioneer, where Cauldron sort of acts as, I guess, more copies of Follower. So if you have a Follower in the graveyard, you can exile it with Cauldron. And then if you have any 2 creatures in the battlefield that have counters, they both are followers, so you can use those to untap each other, still making infinite tokens with Pilgrimage. Cauldron also has a lot of other applications in this deck because both Vodalian Hexcatcher and Mindspring Merfolk, very powerful creatures that in their own right both have their own activated abilities. Vodalian Hexcatcher lets you sack a Merfolk to counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1, on top of the fact that it gives all of your Merfolk +1/+1, which is pretty big when you're combining it with Deeproot Pilgrimage. And then Mindspring, you can exhaust it and to draw X cards for X blue and put a counter on each Merfolk. Again, pretty good with Pilgrimage. So you have that kind of angle. You have more 1-drops for 4 Cenote Scout, 2 Kumena Speaker. Cenote, pretty good because you can also put Kiora's Follower in the graveyard with the Scout, so that can help you find combo pieces. Floodpits Drowner gives you a little bit of interaction in terms of tapping problematic blockers. And more importantly, Floodpits Drowner has Vigilance, so you can actually attack with it and then tap it post-combat to get counters, or excuse me, to get tokens with Pilgrimage. Silvergill Adept, just a 2-mana 2/1, reveal a Merfolk, draw a card, just kind of helps grease the wheels, I guess is the best way to put it. Tishana's Tidebinder, fantastic card, just tons and tons of activated or triggered abilities. And the one card that kind of ties everything together, which you wouldn't normally expect Merfolk to be on, I guess not spacecraft, but Merfolk have their own planet now in Evendo Waking Haven. And the reason this card is so powerful is it allows you to tap your Merfolk 1 at a time. So the sort of the downside of Deeproot Pilgrimage, if there is one, is that it says whenever 1 or more. So if you have 5 non-token Merfolk in play and you attack with all 5, you only get 1 token. But if you can tap them individually 1 at a time, which you can do with Evendo, you can get 5 tokens. So it kind of allows you to sort of cheat the system a little bit on Deeproot Pilgrimage. And you can also do that with Winternight Stories, where Stories is kind of cool because it lets you dump followers into the graveyard if you have a Cauldron to set that up. And you can also tap a creature, especially something like Floodpits Drowner that, again, has Vigilance. You can tap the creature to harmonize the stories and then get more tokens off Pilgrimage that way. So that is pretty much everything in the main deck. And then as far as the sideboard is concerned, you have Pawpatches for mostly enchantments and flyers. I'm not entirely sure what Ouroboroid is supposed to be in the sideboard for, because I played a couple of games and I didn't find a matchup where I wanted it. But I'm assuming if it's when you want more threats against stuff like Control, Unable to Scream, very good against Mono Red. Shaper Sanctuary, fantastic card against decks that are killing your creatures. It's so hard for a lot of Control decks to beat this card. If they're trying to cast a bunch of Doomblades on all your Merfolk, you kind of just bury them in card advantage with that. And that is pretty much it. So that's everything with this Pioneer Merfolk deck. Again, this deck was really sweet. I had a really fun time playing it, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy the games with this one. So without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Yeah, I don't know if that's really a question you should be asking. I don't know if you should be putting that out there. Guess who's not getting invited to early access again? Thanks, guys. Well, we had a good run, you know. It was fun while it lasted. 07s. Ah! It's rude. You think they're gonna touch Modern at all in 25 days? I don't know. I don't think they need to. I think Modern's kind of fine right now. Ha! No land for you, fool. You fool. Decline. Decline, I think. You'd want unbans? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could maybe see them thinking about unbans. I mean, go check out the video in the pinned comments. I think there is definitely a number of cards that are listed on the ban list that probably have no reason to be on the ban list. But of the cards that I think are basically on the ban list for no reason, I don't know how many of them actually make the format meaningfully better, if that makes sense. So it's like, yeah, I think there's a couple that could come off, but it's like, what exactly are we doing with those ones? Like, basically the ones that I said were Punishing Fire, Umezawa's Jite, Blazing Shoal, Bridge from Below, like those kinds of cards. And I do stand by the statement. I think they could easily come off, but only some handsome Bostonian. Don't call me a Bostonian. Oh wait, no, I want the maps. Dude, Jite would not even see play. It's like actively a bad card. Everybody wants to talk about Jite like it's this some broken ass card, but it's just a relic of a bygone era, you know? Like Jite is just not what it used to be. Like, it sincerely would not be very good. I'm sure that people would, like, consider playing 1 or 2 Jites in their sideboard, maybe against Boros, but you're not just going to want to put Jite in every deck. Like, you have to have a very specific deck for it. Shoal seems pretty odd to unban. I just don't think it's very good. Like, how much better is Blazing Shoal than Colossus Hammer? That's always been my argument. Like, I don't think it's that much better, you know? It's maybe a little bit better. It's not good, but it's not like it leads to fun gameplay. Would you consider that Colossus Hammer is fun gameplay? Because I just don't see the big difference between these cards, right? 6, 10, 12, 3, 6. It's not quite lethal. I guess we should do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, send in the clowns. They chump the 5. I guess we're probably good enough, because if they have Wrath... we actually can't really counter a Wrath, can we? You have to sack a lot of stuff to counter a Wrath. So maybe this was a bit of a spew. 10. Guess we could do this. Okay, well now, I guess now if they Wrath me, we at least have a pretty a decent follow-up. I'll save this. How do you kill turn 2 with Inkmoth Colossus Hammer? Well, you need Mox Opal for that, but I mean you can kill turn 2 with Colossus Hammer in other ways. You don't need Inkmoth. But again, I'm with you. Like, I understand that it's not the greatest gameplay. I just don't think it would be a playable deck. I think that deck would be terrible. Because that deck also just loses to a single Solitude. But yes, I understand your point that it's not the best gameplay. But I mean, you could argue that Neoform is not the best gameplay. Like, there's plenty of decks in Modern that have, you know, somewhat not great play patterns, right? And you have to at least admit the format is a lot more powerful than it was before, you know? Is Belcher fun gameplay? Some people would say it is, but I don't necessarily think it is. But that's maybe a hot take. What are we boarding out against? Mono White Yorion. Kind of like all my cards, to be honest with you. It's not really much here. Could trim. So we can cut these 1-drops. Sure. The Joels are being summoned. Okay. I mean, it's a little slow. Yeah, they probably have some 3-mana sweepers like Lockdown. Huh? Hmm? What? I'm not so sure about that one. I'll let them have it. I just want to know what they're going to name. What do you think my opponent's going to name with Stonebrain? Wrong answers only. What if they name Sphaloon of Sky and Sea? Is that the name? Is that the name of that card? Discard a card, return a permanent with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I guess we'll do this. Borborygmos, excellent answer. That's the answer I was looking for. Wait. Borborygmos or Borborygmos Enraged? Dude, I have a Pithing Needle in my deck list for the Houston RC this weekend, and I'm not even going to name a card. If the card that I'm naming with Pithing Needle is on the battlefield, I'm just going to point to the card. I'm not even going to say words. I'm just going to point to the fucking card. You know? Vodalian Hexcatcher. I mean, reasonable name. Like, not unreasonable, I get it. Am I gonna point left? No, I'm gonna point right. I'm gonna point right to the Twitch Prime sub. Any primers? No, that was a bit. I don't know why I did that. That was a there was nothing there. I'm trying to make something out of nothing. Ooh. I guess that doesn't really do that much, right? Hold up, Tidebinder. Do. Any primers? Any Oilers? What are they doing? Why are they casting that now? Oh, because they want to scry in their upkeep? Okay, I see. Do I register Arceus as Doomwake, or do I use my government name? I have my government name on my my Melee profile. Isn't it open deck lists anyways? Yeah, but like, you know, I'm just worried that I'm gonna name the wrong card, you know? I guess I don't really know why I'd be worried about that, but Doomwake is his government name. Yeah, see now you know. That's correct. I guess I don't need to hit a land here, don't we? I should in this pre-combat. Okay, land is good. I really want to hold up this Tishana's Tidebinder. I'm doing it. It's a very, very low value Tidebinder, but I mean, they missed a land. They scryed upkeep last turn, which makes me think they didn't have a land, so. Sure. Sure would be nice if I had some Vodalian Hexcatchers in my deck. If only. If only. There's no creatures in the bin? That's a problem. I gotta play 2 spells this turn. Gotta play 2 spells this turn. I mean, we can put a lot of pressure on them. Go end of turn, double Floodpits, tap these 2, hit for 8, and then type into the Yorion trigger. So, it might be okay. Not great if they have a sweeper, but... Again, would be really nice if we had a Hexcatcher, but that's unfortunately not the case. I guess we can run this out here, right? You know about the Tidebinder anyways. Wait, they didn't pick up Yorion? Suspicious. Explain yourself. Why didn't they pick up Yorion? They have a sweeper? I guess sweeper would make sense, right? I just kind of assumed they did. I see a distinct lack of Joels in the chat. You guys realize that I'm playing the fish deck, right? Everything? What would it cost? Everything. Alright, I mean, fucking 5, yeah. Alright, 5, yeah. Guess this. They definitely don't have a second sweeper, right? Look, I can't beat a second sweeper, man. I don't know what you want from me. I'm doing the best I can over here, okay? Sure, I'll play this. There's no way they have a second sweeper. I think I remember playing that deck too after PT Aether Drift, the Merfolk deck. That deck was sick. Remember when Standard was great and people were playing with Merfolk? It really wasn't that long ago. It was literally this year, you know? Look at what they stole from us. You have to tap? Bro, this card's ass. You have to tap this thing? This card is fucking cheeks. You just remember Vivi right now? I mean, you and me both, but... Alright, chat, you want to put him to 1, or do you want to keep the follower in play? I can't really imagine there's that much difference between 1 and 2. Yeah, there can't be that much difference between 1 and 2. I'm gonna pop the clue first to see if I want to deploy the Mindspring. Okay, that's actually really good. Because now, if they wrath me, I just get to play the Floodpits Drowner. I guess 1... Huh? What the fuck? Is that a Ugin, or are you just happy to see me? Wait. This is still lethal, right? Alt? Ladies and gentlemen, your streamer is now a Mythic gamer. Look at that. Mythic with Jules? Not gonna do it. I mean, Scout finds blue every time. You just gotta believe in the Scout. We're cooking a stew that doesn't have blue mana. That's what we're cooking. Please give me blue mana. I'm holding my breath until I reveal this card. And then I'll thank you for the sub. Ooh, okay. Halaster Bad Mage, thank you for the 21-month resub. We're playing some Pioneer Merfolk today. Oh, this is the Greasefang deck. Ugh, this deck has to be a terrible matchup, I think. Well, maybe they don't have Greasefang. Nah, no attacks. I could make a 1-1, but I could just make a 1-1 next turn. Alright, maybe they don't have Parhelion. I mean, that's okay. They can't attack. Oh, they can give it indestructible. Yeah, true. Never mind, they can't attack. Okay. Hit you with one of these. Oh, that means that I can't... yeah. Means that I can't play the Evendo this turn. Maybe that's not as good then. Still make a 1-1. You got 4 in hand. I mean, if they had Greasefang Parhelion, they would have done that last turn. Okay, that's a little sketchy. It's going to be a little tough to race that. Because they have the Gardens to make a copy of Monument 2. It's going to be a tough one. Going to be a tough one. What, do they dome me? Because even if I draw Cauldron, I would only have one creature with a counter on it, because I can't play the Cauldron this turn. So, yeah, I guess we just do this then. Nah, it's still probably better to do this. Higher upside. I guess that is true. I could untap Cauldron with the first creature. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it was better to go for that then. Because now the problem is I don't have another Merfolk in hand to reveal to Adept. I can probably find one off the stories. The problem is I just don't have time. Oh, right. I'm also just dead on board, right? They just go Gardens, copy, discard, deal 6, discard, draw 2, upkeep, discard, deal 6. Yeah, so I guess I'm just dead anyways. Maybe they won't see it. They saw it. God, Monument to Endurance, such a sick card. All right, Pawpatch coming in. Boseiju. Till end of turn, if a non-token creature would enter and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. Not good enough against Greasefang. So I guess it's just those 5. Boseijus and Pawpatches. We can cut the speakers, 2 stories, and we can cut 1 land because we're boarding in 2 Boseijus. And looks good. Hand's looking good. Okay. So now we just need to find the Deeproot Pilgrimage. Let's leave the Boseiju in hand. I think that one's a little bit better. I don't want to tell them that I have the Hexcatcher, because I think that we can use that as a trick. So like next turn, for example, if they just go like land 2-drop, we can go tap land pass, and then if they go for monument, we can Hexcatcher in response. Maybe that's just not worth missing the 2 damage though. Yeah, let's just get the 2 damage in. The damage is going to matter a lot here. I want to try and get this game over with as fast as possible. What happens if you time out with a Necromancer on the stack? Does it just name a random card? Oh, it did. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Fortify, unfortunately for you, is not a card that's present in my deck list. Fresh out. Fresh out of Fortifies. The funny thing is, they're still here. Like, they didn't just time out, you know? They didn't leave. Okay, well, now they left. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know what Fortify does. View all prints. None of these are standard legal? Oh, it's just not a... Okay. It's just not a legal card in standard. But the... it just named it anyways? What the fuck? Okay, that... I don't really know about that, but... I'm gonna keep. We're playing Pioneer. Oh, right. I am playing Pioneer. I knew that. GP Lenoir, thank you for the 9-month resub. That is true. I am playing Pioneer. Wait, so why is it Pioneer legal? Hold on. Opening back up the tab. I guess I can just... Okay, I can kind of play around both, right? Because if they go for Greasefang, I can just Floodpits to tap the Greasefang before they put the vehicle into play. So I think this is okay. Oh. Well, what if they just do that? Oh, I mean... guess I'll still tap. Beto push. I don't like this. I don't like this. Come on, just getting raced here. I think I need to play an Adept here. Because I gotta try and deal them some more damage next turn. I just have to hope that their hand sucks. Which, you know, maybe it doesn't, but... like, I am just kind of dying to their creatures. So... what if they just didn't have a monument? I mean, that's fine. Bro, stop. Who would win, indestructible creatures or an entire army of spinning fish? Well, I think I know the answer to that question. Yeah, they played a Greasefang in game 1, so we know they're playing Greasefang. I guess the double Hexcatcher kind of lets me outsize these creatures, but... take it all, I'm at 7. You know what we need? We need Pilgrimage. Pilgrimage would help us race a little bit. Although I guess we don't even have a way to tap the creatures for Pilgrimage, so it wouldn't be that good. Oh! Really hoping they did not have a third Fatal Push. All right, I got a plan. Wait, okay, chat question. How does this work? If they enlist with the Guardian, and I Tidebinder the enlist trigger, okay? Tidebinder the enlist trigger, they respond to the Tidebinder, discard a creature to give it indestructible. Then the Tidebinder resolves. Does the creature still have indestructible for that turn? I would assume no. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I would assume that's how it works too. So let's trade here. Well, we've dealt with one of the problems. One of them down, but... still got 2 more to go. Counted the wrong one. Oh, I didn't want them to scry, but I guess if I countered the other ability, I could have ate the Guardian. Maybe that was better. It's like getting to keep the Tidebinder in play versus giving them a scry too. Yeah, that probably was better. I didn't think about that. You're definitely right. That was better. Okay, well, at least we can use the Adept to check the Guardian. This is really tricky. Really, really tricky. They're not making it easy on me. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to 1. Wow. Kind of surprised they attacked with the Greasefang there. Guess that means maybe they just have Monument. I see. I think I sacked the Hexcatcher. Let me go Oh. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh. I should have... Oh, wow, I didn't even think about that. Wait, I could have just done that. Oh, shit. I could have just killed the Greasefang. Why did I do that? Well, that was kind of dumb. So I guess we'll just eat now? No, because it's bad against Greasefang. All right, take 3. Yeah, so what I should have done was actually just on the Silvergill Adept, Cauldron the Guardian, put a counter on the Adept, and then discard a card to kill the Greasefang, and then we would have had the same board state, but I would have kept an Adept in play, which would have certainly been better. Really tricky game, huh? Very, very complicated game. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Can you stop playing those? The unkillable Joels. Definitely this. Kind of want to make a food now. Yeah. I just want to use my mana on the food. Am I dead? I think I'm dead. Dude, if I had made that play with the Silvergill Adept, it would have been so much better. I just totally forgot that. All I had to do, man, was just Cauldron the dude on the Adept. Yeah. We actually maybe would have won this game if I did that. I just didn't see it at the time. That's tough. All right, GG's. Nobody's saying anything, so that either means the stream didn't die or it died and nobody can hear me. So, but I don't really know how to confirm or deny because nobody's saying anything. Chat, please talk to me. Yeah, F. I know the Fs are trolling, but somebody who doesn't troll, type something in chat, okay? Which is actually just nobody, but I'm too busy eating hot dogs. How many hot dogs can you eat at once? Ooh, Pilgrimage is nice. Thank you. Thank you for typing something. Thank you, chat. You did what I asked, so... Oh, I don't want to play against this. I don't want to play against this. Merfolk versus Dimir Control. Monka Censor. Bro got censored. He got censored for speaking the truth. Alright, we definitely hit a land off this. Every single time. Oh. Oh. What's the absolute best thing I've eaten this month? Honestly, kind of not much. I don't really think there's... I didn't travel anywhere this month, so... I didn't, like, go out to any places. I don't really go out to eat that much. The answer... My honest answer is probably just Raising Cane's. I go to Raising Cane's when I go to F&M, but that's really it. I don't go out to eat that much. Oh, that salad was pretty good. The salad that I got a salad delivered when we, during the PT stream. That was a pretty good salad. It was like a taco salad. That was good. Yeah, Cane's is goated, man. Cane's is absolutely goated. Hey, what's up, Prophet? It is your deck. That might be the best thing that I've eaten all month, is the salad that I got delivered during the PT stream. That was really good. You gonna cast a spell anytime soon? Anytime soon, huh? It's dead. No, they played a spell. They did play a spell. And they don't have a wrath. We have nothing for this matchup. I got Shaper Sanctuaries, I guess. Could play Ouroboroid, maybe. This is gonna be a really tough matchup. I guess I'll cut like a Cauldron. Cauldron and a Follower, maybe. Some of the combo. But yeah, I'm playing Affinity. I was gonna play Etron for a little bit. Like I was pretty into playing Etron, and then I don't know. I had a couple of really bad testing sessions with Etron, so I decided to swap to Affinity. Why are we oming? Why are we oming, chat? What did I do? Why are we oming? Om. Quantum Riddler? You can't play that card. That's illegal. It's not illegal, but should be. Deuce. Man, Silvergill Adept is really fucked up against control. I mean, I paid 2 mana for a 2/1 creature that drew a card. They paid 2 mana for a nothing that drew a card. You know, like, whose card is better? I know the answer to that question. You and I both know the answer to that question. What are the chances of WotC creating another non-rotating format to replace Pioneer? I would say not very high. You know what I would kind of fuck with? I would kind of fuck with pre-modern RCQs. If they just came out and said, like, if that was Huey's announcement, hey, by the way, we're axing Pioneer, but what if we gave you pre-modern instead? You know? Just saying. Just saying. You have 2 mana up. Go. Why am I not in the Affinity server? I don't want to have too many Discord servers. Can't counter that. I guess I could just try to make a really big guy. I mean, I guess that kind of works. Shitty thing is that I don't want to shuffle away. Like, I don't want to lose my 4/3, you know? 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, is there 2 creatures in the graveyard? There is. I think they block. They're thinking about it. They probably just think that I have a second Hexcatcher or something. Alright, fine. Well, in that case... Okay, check me out. I'm gonna let damage happen. I'm going to cast Stories, because if we draw the enchantment, we can pop off. I mean, that's not bad. Definitely not bad. Rugged Champion, I guess. Yeah, Rugged Champion, I guess. Demora, thank you for the 9-month resub. We are exploring some Pioneer views. We are definitely doing that. I know, I didn't say which enchantment. Alright, I'm gonna do this main phase just so they can't respond and kill the Hexcatcher, so I can at least untap 2 lands and play something in response, so. I mean, we gotta be in a good spot here, right? I have to imagine we're in a good spot. That one you can have. That one's on the house. I'm going to respond to that one. That one I think I'm going to respond to. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Was that the right play? I think it was. Because I want to keep the Hexcatcher in play. I'm not sure. That's close. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can deal them 12, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, untap 12. So I'm 2 short. So the question is, how much do we want to commit? I want to make it at least a 2-turn clock. So maybe I don't commit the Hexcatchers. Just like attack them for 6. I could also Mindspring if I wanted to. Exile this. Counter on Hexcatcher probably. Question is, do I want to use the Floodpits Drowner to untap the Cauldron to get 1 more damage in? No, but I do think I want to play the Cenote Scout. So I'm going to just let damage happen, and then play the Scout. Yeah, play Scout and just pass with 4 mana up. I like this. I think this is good. Because we can use the Drowner to untap a land. I don't want that. I mean, this feels like it should be pretty good. Obviously, if they have a Wrath, you know, we're not in the best spot, but I think it's pretty unfortunate that they didn't, like, explicitly say that they were thinking about bringing Pioneer back. They used the verbiage, we're looking at it internally, which doesn't sound great, you know? It doesn't sound very appealing, but... Okay, let's read this card and see if it does anything. Make it 2/3, return an on-land permanent transfer, but discards card from their hand. I don't think I care about that, right? Okay. Shock. Whoa. Whoa, 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 hey, calm down, buddy. It's a lot of Hexcatchers. Aether Gust. I'm pretty sure they're still just... Well, I mean, now they're definitely dead. Okay, I didn't need the fourth one, but... In Pioneer, of course, modern players don't send your pitchforks at me. Like, Pioneer, okay? Excuse me. Should I do a banned cards, like banned cards tier list video for Pioneer? I could do that. That'd be a cool idea. If anybody still cares about Pioneer, I guess, but... I still care. I care. All two Pioneer players are gonna really love that video. They're gonna watch it like 17 times. I mean, look, you don't have to sell me on Pioneer. I love this format. Also, Pedro's. The people who watch the YouTube videos when I'm just like shaking my head back and forth, they have no idea what's going on. If you're watching this on YouTube and you get to this portion of the video, turn on the song Pedro and play it along to me like playing this match and you'll understand, you know. Like you'll get it if you listen to the song. Hot take, I actually think the format was the most interactive and interesting it ever was when Inverter was the best deck. Mods, get that guy. Even at its worst formats, Pioneer was still better than current standard. That is very true. That is the truest statement I've ever heard. Truth nuke. That is 100% factual. I think I'm gonna let this resolve. Hello, YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Please don't send the Pinkertons to Doomwake Watsy. He is one of the good content creators that likes Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man! And Through the Omen Paths. Smile. Don't send the Pinkertons after me. Look, chat. I don't know if you know this, but if everybody in the chat subscribes with Twitch Prime, Watsy will not send the Pinkertons after me. I've confirmed that with multiple sources. That's all you gotta do. You, too, can save another streamer from the Pinkertons. Cenote. Ho ho ho! That's nice. That's kind of nice. Tree of Antiquity, thank you for the Prime sub. 37 months. 52 months, excuse me. Thank you for the 52 months. They have 5 in hand? Okay. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this first. It's gonna look weird, but just trust me, okay? Okay. Well, it doesn't look as weird now, I guess. Alright, well... I mean, they just don't have a second Wrath, right? Graveyard, then, I think? I guess keeping it wouldn't have been terrible. Maybe I should have kept that. You should do a video where you rank your Twitch viewers next. Jose, dead fucking last. I'm just kidding. I keyed. Don't lie to yourself. I'm not lying to myself. Dude, Shapers is so good against them. This card is so fucked up. They're at 9. Alright, man. Yeah, sure. Are they just gonna Fatal Push my 3 creatures and let me draw 3 cards? Surely not. Yo, huge 5-mana Adept? Is it just better to draw a million cards this turn? Let's do this. Chat, if they respond to me exhausting, do I still get to draw the cards? I do, right? Pretty sure I do. Yeah. You wanted to do that before that resolved. Well, you know. Give you a little sad face. Yeah, that wasn't the way you're supposed to do that. Well, I mean, you got a lot of options, I'll tell you that. You do have a lot of options. You knew that Thoughtseize was not going to brick. Okay. That card is good. Well, it's not great against Shaper Sanctuary.
You can quit at any
time. Literal Thoughtseize bug? IRL Thoughtseize bug just happened. Alright, hit you with one of these. I don't want to reveal the Hexcatcher yet. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I don't want to show them that I have the Hexcatcher. 1, 2... Do this. Just, suspiciously not playing the Evendo. Don't worry about it. Dude, do they even want to do this to give me cards? I mean, it's not even good against the onboard Cauldron, you know? Yeah, they just have to target nothing. That's so funny.
I'll stop when I get my answers.
What's it feel like to be a ghost? Oh, they can counter this, I guess. Alright, fine. Fine, if you insist. If you insist. Do I even care about Liliana? I kind of don't, man. I really don't think I care about Liliana. What do you do again? -7, emblem, end step. Yeah, I just don't like. Wait, does this not have 2 instances of the exhaust ability? It does, right? But it only shows 1 here. It should, shouldn't it? Because I have 1 under the Cauldron and 1 by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. I'm not the best at drawing spells, I'll be honest with you. Alright, maybe I shouldn't be deploying this many creatures, but I'm actually going to keep that on top, I think. Play this. Yeah, I maybe spewed a little bit too much, but I think we'll be alright. It's a lot of lands, right? Even if the Liliana matters, I can just bounce it. If they're ever threatening the ultimate, I can just bounce it.
You can quit at any time.
The VV timer is cropped bad. Is it? I guess I can make it like this, maybe. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I guess it was a little too off on the left, huh? I think we need a reset, man. I think standard the format is just so powerful. And I don't really see that changing anytime soon. Even if they just ban 1 or 2 cards, like there's so much fucked up shit you can do in standard. It's crazy. I just want them, I kind of want like a reset. Remember how we, like similar to the ban list that we literally just had where they banned, 7 cards. I want another one of those. Like I just want them to take one card from each of the top 10 decks and just tone down the power level a little bit, People are dying on turn 4, and it's like it's not just Cauldron. Yeah, Cauldron's part of it, but it's only a small amount of it. Eternal Weekend Minotaurs deck. I didn't see that. Eternal Weekend Minotaurs? Were they playing Didgeridoo? Didgeridoo is the Minotaur card, right? Naew Minotaurs. Hell yeah. 3 mana. Take a Minotaur from your hand and put it directly into play. Boros Battle Shaper, Morag, Neheb. That deck is based. Alright, come on, man. What are we doing? That's fucked. Yeah, I mean, there's no good mid-range decks. Like, you could argue Dimir is a mid-range deck, but it really isn't. It's like the draws where they have, 1-drop into 2-drop into Kaido into Enduring Curiosity, that's not a mid-range deck. They're just like that's just a control deck, man. Or an aggro deck, rather, excuse me. Like, there's nothing mid-range about that. Technically, they play, threats and removal spells, but Curiosity is another one of those cards where it's like, the game isn't technically over on turn 4, like, you don't take lethal damage, but the game is effectively over. Like, when they have those kinds of draws, it's, like, nearly impossible to beat it, I mean, it's good content to, like, to just let them have it, right? I don't know if this is correct, but I'm gonna let him have it. It's good content. There's a chance this goes horribly wrong, and I'm willing to believe that this is not a good play, but, let's try it out. Is the combo with the bird? Well, if the combo's with the bird, I guess I could leave the Tidebinder for the bird. I kind of assumed they had... Oh, I guess Solemnity's not legal, is it? Oh. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, Solemnity is legal. Oh, I was thinking of Unlife. That's what I was thinking of. Fuck. Wait, this is bad, right? So the bird is 2 mana. Yeah, no, I was thinking about Phyrexian Unlife, not Solemnity. My bad. Unlife is legal. Unlife was in Amonkhet? Hour of Devastation? One of those two. So how does this work? Where if I attack them, these triggers go on the stack? No. Wait, now I'm confused. So what? Their plan is to just now attack me a bunch? I don't... Like, what's happening right now? I'm very confused. Am I, like, misunderstanding how this card works? Because aren't they just not... They have Farewell? I mean, we have Farewell covered. We have the Hexcatchers. I don't think we care about Farewell, right? I think we'll be okay if they have Farewell. Okay, so how does this work? Is it a replacement effect? If a source would deal damage, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on this enchantment. So I guess my question that I was asking is, if I attack them, can they take the damage and then respond and then give me the 9 lives, or no, it's a replacement effect? I gotta read this card again. So it says, if a source would deal damage, prevent that damage, and put an incarnation counter on it. So it's not a trigger, okay. So they can't even do that. So they have to, like, wait and... Well, that's not their plan. Their plan is just do this, but, you know. Theoretically, they could, like, wait until it gets to 7 or 8 counters, then give it to me, and then attack me with the bird. They can respond to the exile trigger. Is there a trigger that's... Oh, when there are 9 or more counters, exile it. So that trigger goes in the stack. When it gets to 9, that trigger goes in the stack. They respond to that trigger and then give it to me. That would work, right? Yeah, okay. I see. I see what's going on here. I mean, I guess they just tried to go for the Cleansing Nova kill, but not great against the Vodalian Hexcatcher. I even want any of this stuff. I guess we can do Shapers. And you can side the 9 lives trigger and keep it forever. What's the wording on it again? I assume no. Because doesn't it just keep checking over and over again? It says 9 or more. Right, so if it says 9 or more, if you consign the exile trigger, it will still, like... It'll go on the stack again because it still has 9 counters, I think. Right? So it'll just keep going on the stack over and over again. Yeah, it's like Dark Depths. Yeah, you can counter it, but it's not really going to work out the way you want it to. We make it a creature and then dress down. Well, if you make it a creature and then dress down it, then it wouldn't have the ability to prevent you from taking damage, right? Because it would no longer have abilities. Yeah, you can Tidebinder one of the things, but it wouldn't do anything. Oh yeah, you're saying same thing with the exile trigger, but it's the same thing because it just goes on the stack again. Is the first not a trigger? It's not. No, the first is a replacement effect. So there's replacement effects to prevent the damage and put counters, and then a trigger when it gets to 9. You Tidebinder to lose trigger. Oh, like after it's exiled? Okay. Yeah, you're cooking with something. You can do that. I mean, there's really no reason to run out the Hexcatcher. I am going to reveal it, so maybe I should have played it anyways, but... They gotta have like a verdict or something to get around the Hexcatcher. The reason I didn't want to play Hexcatcher first is they can lead Portable Hole. That's why I didn't want to do that. Because if they just go Portable Hole the Hexcatcher first, and then I'm kind of in an awkward spot. No chance they have split up. Come on. Student cost paid. I've never... This is a made-up... This is a Reddit custom card. An opponent chooses up to 2 non-land permanents they control and then returns them to their owner's hand. Destroy all non-land permanents. Say what? I mean, aren't they just dead? Save 2 things? I'd rather just kill them. I could just sack 3 of my creatures and then kill them, can't I? Ah, okay. Choose 2 non-land permanents you control to return to their owner's hands. Alright. I'll take those then, if you insist. Go? Nah, let's play this. I guess that was the reason to main phase the Hexcatcher, right? Well, no, because they still had mana up, didn't they? Yeah, they didn't play spell the whole game. They definitely had mana up. It's the first time I've ever seen this card in my entire life. Where am I staying? I actually don't even know. I have to get the name of the hotel from my friend. I don't have any food recs because I've actually never been to Houston before. So if anybody has any food recs for me, I would happily take some food recs. What's good in Houston? I'm assuming there's got to be good barbecue, right? Oh, you were offering some recs or want some. Okay, I thought you were asking me for recs. Okay. I got confused there a little bit. Yeah. If you got some recs, I'll take some recs. I'm not going to Waffle House, man. Come on. Houston sucks. Can't be that bad. Yeah, ping me in the Discord for some, like, I think the convention, it's the NRG Center. Pretty sure it's the NRG Center. So whatever's, like, within that area. Temp Lockdown. You've activated my trap card. Aha. You fool. Yeah. Why didn't I counter the Otawara trigger? Because I forgot. Is that a respectable answer? I did forget. I could have just countered the Otawara trigger, you're right. I just wanted to take an extra draw step, man, you know? If I have some extra time, like after maybe it's a dinner place. Cenote. Cecil. It's a lot of spells, man. That's a lot of spells. Let's do this. Reveal. Trying to find a 1-drop for next turn. Okay. There's always Fuddruckers. I've eaten at Fuddruckers too many times. And too many times is one time. I wasn't a big fan of Fuddruckers. There's a Jesus Christ, that's a good draw. There's a Fuddruckers like right next to one of the stores that sometimes has RCQs. I will say Fuddruckers not necessarily a great idea right before a top 8. I learned that lesson the hard way. It was not my best work, I'll say that.
1 point for catching me.
It's really hard to play Magic after you've eaten at Fuddruckers. Papa's barbecue. Yeah, I want to get some good barbecue. That's where I want to definitely find a barbecue place. Okay, I forget. How the fuck does this work? Is their Kaido still a creature when I Tidebinder this? I think so. I mean, there's only one way to find out. I'm pretty sure it still is, but we're gonna find out. I honestly don't know. Tell me how this works. Could be a creature, could not be a creature. Nobody knows. Okay, it's still a creature. Who the hell knows? I don't even know. Layers and shit, I guess. Do I know what airport I fly into? I could tell you. Okay, that's something. So let's go untap land. Piss in their flood. I guess this line is kind of unfortunate if they have Fatal Push. And now it's kind of fine. Because if they animate the Mutavault, they can't Fatal Push and pay for the Hexcatcher. Akenuma. Flying into IAH. I didn't even know there was multiple airports in Houston, but IAH, whatever that is. Kaito. They have 1 mana. Could sack 2 things to counter this. Not going to. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're not sacking 2 things to counter this then, huh? Alright, so some sort of blue-black Legends deck. Probably like Dimir mid of sorts. Mistcaller, not really. Scream, Tidebinder. I guess just Shapers again. Yeah, Shapers is good, not much else. It's a good thing I can split the Uber, because I'm flying with a friend, so at least we can split the Uber. I didn't know it was that far. Jesus. It's brutal. Brutal. Corkscrew Barbecue is just one of the top-ranked barbecue places in the state? Gotcha, okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find some places to go. I do. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I definitely want to get some barbecue. Basically, every time you go to Texas, you got to get some barbecue. It's tradition at this point. Yeah, 3 in hand. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm just not going to shuffle. Texas brisket is fire? Hell yeah. What's the name of that place we went to in Dallas? Terry Black's, that's the one. Dude, Terry Black's, like, I don't know, man. That place is insanely expensive, but it's so fucking good. It's so good. Last time we went to Terry Black's, though, I spent way too much money. I think I spent, like, I don't even know. I want to say we ended up spending, like, 50 or 55 for like 2 beers, 2 meats, 2 sides. It was way too expensive, but I'm gonna let this happen, I think. All right, cool line. Check me out. Ready? We call this the fancy line. All right. This is what we call the fancy line. Trigger on the stack. Look at that. He's got the plays. He sees everything. He sees all the lines. Next time I'm in Austin. I don't know if I've ever been to Austin. I've been to Dallas. This will be my first time in Houston. But I don't think I've been like down to Austin. Texas is fucking huge, man. I don't know if you know this, but Texas is a really big state. Well, I mean, people from Texas probably know this, but that place is huge. Yeah, it's essentially just as big as the entire USA. Who has better barbecue, Houston or Dallas? I guess I shouldn't be asking this to people who are from Houston in the chat, because, you know, I know what they're going to answer, but... they're at 10. Go. Austin, hands down. Well, I didn't even put Austin on the list, but I guess we could throw Austin in the ring, too. This is really sketchy. I'm going to do this. Because I really don't want them flipping Cecil. This could backfire, though, if they have a removal spell for the Vodalian Hexcatcher, because they can kill the Hexcatcher before damage. But as long as they don't have a kill spell, this should be pretty good. Because now we just draw the Floodpits Drowner, tap the shield, remember chillin'. What? Creature tokens get -2/-2. What the hell? Oh yeah, that's a good point. If they cast a kill spell, I just sack the Silvergill, and the Cecil never flips. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it makes sense, right? This card's good against the enchantment, but not good against non-token creatures.